Hey guys, it's Penguin here, and welcome back to another gold making video. Today I'm going to be discussing a new spreadsheet that I've added, and it is about cooking and how to make a ton of gold with it. Now, before I get into this video, I have covered this same topic briefly in my big How I've Made 5 Million Gold in Shadowlands video. There's a whole section dedicated to cooking, but this is going to be a full breakdown on exactly how. So if you've already seen that video, then this is going to be a little bit of like an update to that and like a little bit more like in-depth guide. However, I would suggest checking out that video for you to just see my whole breakdown of my gold making during Shadowlands. Now, going into it, if you have not seen that video, then currently in Shadowlands, I have made 2 million gold with cooking. However, minusing my expenses, I have made about 500,000 gold off cooking. That's straight profit. So my revenue's 2 million. However, with my expenses and all that, I've only made about 500 pure profit. So yeah, I have some experience with this, which is why I just wanted to show you guys that, so to show that this method actually works. Now, going into this, I am going to be talking about my spreadsheet, which if you have not seen all the previous videos to, there are plenty of tabs at the bottom and they all correspond to a video. So if you need to, go ahead, there'll be links in the description, and we have stuff covering about vendor shuffles, enchanting shuffles, inscription, and a bunch of legendary crafting. Now, a lot of people have had this issue where they cannot save the file, and that is because you must save it as a copy and then you can edit it. Some people are trying to download it as like a file, they're trying to download it as like an Excel file, and this messes up the formulas. So you need to save as a copy, make a copy, whichever one it says, and it will save to your Google Drive. Also, another thing is that on previous videos, people have been saying like, oh, I think you linked the wrong spreadsheet. I did not. It will just take you to the central page. Then for cooking, for example, you'll have to go to the bottom here and click on the fourth tab, which is cooking. So those are just some disclaimers out of the way, and we will get into the video right now. So the first thing you guys will want to do is just max out cooking. Now, the reason why cooking makes a ton of gold, first off, is people are lazy and do not want to farm up and craft this themselves, but all of these food and stuff is very necessary, especially for people who do mythics and raiding and everything like that, because you need food, and these are the best foods that will give you stats. Now, the spreadsheet consists of feast, which are used for raiding groups, and it could feed like your whole raid, and then it talks about the 4 best large meals. Now, the reason why large meals are selling is because they increase a certain stat for 30, like increase it for 30 for an hour. For example, this one increases critical strike for an hour, this one is mastery, versatility, and haste. So depending on what people need, they'll buy out their certain food. However, this one right here, the Aspect Crown Roast, these are the best sellers for me. They normally make the most profit. Now, the reason why I made this spreadsheet is because TSM, with the different volatile markets, as you can see, like these ribs and everything and the crawler meat, they get reset a lot due to it being a newer market. So I do not really trust TSM to have the best recent date. For example, as you can see, TSM is counting the ribs at 48 gold apiece. However, right now the ribs are at 74 gold. So if you take that number and you look at that profit can actually be very, very wrong, because it is missing almost 30 gold on the ribs because of the non-updated TSM price, which is why I created this spreadsheet, so you can input your own data and you can make sure you're getting the correct profit, and so TSM doesn't bug out your profits. Now, after maxing your cooking, which all you have to do is just craft a little bit, it's only to level 75, it's pretty good, you will be able to instantly learn the 4 large meals, and you will also be able to learn this feast right here. This is the lesser feast. It does not sell as well as being cheaper to make. The other feast, which I do not own, is this one right here. You have to be revered with the Court of Harvesters, so unless that is your covenant, then you probably won't be able to craft this. I mean, you might, depending on your levels, You might, depending on your reputation, but currently I'm only honored, which is why I don't have that feast. However, it is included in the spreadsheet. So, taking a look at the spreadsheet, what you will want to do is everywhere where there is yellow, you will want to input your data. So what you do is, for example, crawler meat, you just look, my crawler meat is actually at 36.89 right now, so I have to just change that right there, and you just go down and change this per your server's needs. Now this will instantly update the cost of everything, and then after that, you will want to look at the actual meals itself and update the server price. For example, if we go to, if we go to the crown roast, it's at 149, which it's set right there because these are updated. So it's the same, but that's what you want to do. You want to look up the price and everything like that. Now, how the spreadsheet is set up is the cost is per craft, which is per 3. So as you can see right here, it says that it crafts 3 per 1 craft of this. So you're actually getting 3 items per 1 craft. So that is what this spreadsheet is calculating. As you can see, it costs 182 gold to craft 3 of them. However, one is selling for 88 gold. So per craft, if you multiply this by 3 and subtract it, that is the profit you're getting per craft. Not per item, but per 1 singular craft. Really, this should not mess you up at all, because this is strictly just clicking this button once and crafting this, you'll make 84 gold. That is all it's saying. Sometimes it gets confusing with the different numbers, but that is calculated for you and you do not have to worry about it. This is saying that if you craft 1 crown roast, like if you go here, click this item, queue it, you craft 1 of these, you will be making 110 gold per craft on my server. Now with the feast, you do not have to worry about anything because they are singular. You do not craft multiple of them, so this is just straight profit. As you can see, costs 500 gold to make, sells for about 1,000 gold, so you have a 500 gold profit. This is the feast that I do not own, however, it is still making a 300 gold profit on my server. Of course, you need to input your prices and see what exactly it's making. Now, just to reiterate it again, after you input your prices, everything will change, and this is per craft. So, I know I explained it and it might be confusing, but don't be. This is just every time you craft 1 item, so just don't look at these numbers, look at the profit items. So yeah, basically that's pretty much it. If you guys do have TSM, what I suggest doing is, for example, as you can see, everything is making profit right now. So normally I craft by 100. So I just queue up 100, and then I hit Q, 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 and then because I might queue 5 feast. Now this will say it costs 13 minutes to craft. You can just sit AFK while that happens, and TSM is estimating I'll make about 30,000 gold. However, do not trust this. Once again, things can be a bit weird, but it's about 30,000. Now, after setting this up and queuing everything, if you go under your gatherer, make sure you have your person selected as well as cooking, and this will tell you everything you need. Now, what I do then is I just look up, okay, creeping, and then it says I need 333. So I would just do this, buy it out, do it for all of these, and then I would just go to the vendor, buy 650 of these produce, everything like that. So yeah, that's basically how I go about crafting my cooking items. Now, one thing I'm going to show you, which is a new resource that if you've ever heard of the Undermined Journal, they have created this. So I am going to show it to you, and this is how I track when I should be selling and crafting my food. So if we go, it is the Oribos exchange. It is just a website. You go right here. You will want to select your realm as well as your region. And then you could basically, it's just a virtual auction house. So you can check this on your phone when you're at work, when you're at school, anything like that. But the one good thing is that it tracks sales. So let's say we look up the ravioli. Here it is. Now, as you can see, it is currently $69.50, which it's a little bit outdated. However, it is basically the same. However, this is what you want to look at, the 14-day history. As you can see, on Tuesdays, they are obviously reset because that is the US reset day, and they go up to 140, and then as you can see, basically Wednesday night going into Thursday, it absolutely crashed by 40 gold. So right now, what I would do, depending on how much gold you want to make and what your profit margins are, I would wait for this to go back up on a Tuesday and sell it back up here. As you can see, the same thing happened last week. It went up crazy amounts on Tuesday, and then it just keeps going down until it shot back up. So that is going to be like the basic trend for most cooking items, but you can just see how drastic it is and basically when you want to sell them. Right now would be an okay time, but once it gets to Saturday and it starts dropping to 40 gold, you would not want to buy it out because literally 2 days after it's going to drop and it's going to triple in price. If we look at the aspect food, it is not as drastic. As you can see, yes, on Tuesdays, right here, it got up a lot, and then it just decreased, and then on Tuesday, there wasn't that big of a reset, but right now it is starting to decrease. So depending on, let's say you don't currently have a positive profit, you could check to see your history and see if there's been a big drop in price to see if this is something that you need to constantly be looking at to actually make a profit. So yeah, I thought this resource was really cool, and I really enjoy it because you can look at anything. You can look at herbs, you can look basically at anything that's available on the auction house. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you join the Discord down below. We talk about spreadsheets. This was actually a viewer's request to add cooking into the spreadsheet, which I finally did. So hopefully this helps you guys. But yeah, join the Discord, like, comment, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.